So hello friends, in our previous lecture we have discussed the definition of binary search tree. Now today in this lecture we will see how we can insert some nodes in binary search tree and how we can perform the deletion operation from binary search tree. So first of all we have to again discuss the definition of binary search tree. So binary search tree is a special type of binary tree in which the key value of the left child or left subtree is always less than the value of the root, and similarly the key value of the right child or the right subtree will always greater than or equal to the value of the root. Just see here, this is a binary search tree. How we can say that this is a binary search tree? Just start from the root. Here this is parent, this is left child, this is right child. Just see the key value of left child is 20, which is less than its parent 25. 20 is less than 25, while the key value of right child 35 is greater than the 25. Similarly, we can see for all the nodes. Just see for this node also. Left child key value is 17. 17 is less than 20, while the right child key value 22 is greater than 20. Similarly for this also, so 27 is less than 35 and 39 is greater than 35. So if all the nodes follows this kind of condition, then binary tree is called binary search tree. So now first we would discuss how we can insert some nodes to binary search tree. There are some rules. Suppose we want to insert two nodes here, 15 and 28. So 15. So how we can insert any node to binary search tree? We have to, since binary search tree holds the property just we have discussed, the left child key value should always be less than parent and right child key value should always be greater than or equal to its parent. So we have to insert these nodes in such a way so that binary search tree property could be maintained. So now start. Now if you want to insert 15 here, just see, you have to compare this key value with parent key with root. You have to start from the root here. So root value is 25 and you want to insert 15. So definitely 15 is less than 25. So it will move. It would be added somewhere in left subtree over here because it is less than 25. Now just see here, come to this node, compare with this node. So 15 is less than 20. So definitely this 15 will lie somewhere in this subtree. Now come to this node 17 and 15 is less than 17. So definitely, and there are no more nodes available for 17 here for left child and right child. So definitely this 15 will be added as a left child of 17 because 15 is less than 17. So now this is done for 15. Now we want to insert node 28 over here. Now compare with it, start from the root, compare it with the root key value. So 28 is greater than 25. So definitely this 28 would be added somewhere in this right subtree. Now compare with this node 35. So 28 is less than 35. So it will lie somewhere in left subtree over here. Now compare this 28 with 27. So definitely 28 is greater than 27. So and there are no more nodes are available after 27. So definitely this 28 will be added as a right child of this 27. So now just see how we can insert any node in binary search tree. Now we have to discuss how we can delete a node from the binary search tree. For that there are basically 4 cases. The first case is what? We want to delete a node that is not present in binary search tree. The second case is the node which we want to delete has no child nodes. For example, let's say here 32. So just see here 32. If you want to delete this node 32, so since it does not have any child node, so it is very easy to delete this node. Just simply what we will do, we will just delete this node by just saying that the right child of what? The right child of what? 30 is equal to null, and we will replace this value by null over here, and we will call a free function. Suppose this is x, so we will call free of x, and we will assign since we are deleting this node, So the right child of this 30 node key value 30 will become null, and we will say that the parent of X right child is equal to null. So this is very simple deletion. Now the third A case is the node which you want to delete has only one child, and that child is left child. For example, just see here 42. 42 is a node which you want to delete, and it has a single child, and that child is a left child of this 42. 41 is left child of 42. So you want to delete this node over here. So how can you delete this node? Just see here, 42 is the right child of its parent. So this is X. So this is what? Parent of X. So X is what? X is the right child of parent of X. You want to delete this node X. So what would be the another case here? If you want to delete this one, so what about this node? This node is what? This node is left child of X. So now since this X is the right child of its parent, and now you want to delete this node, so definitely this node will become the right child of this parent node, parent of X. So just see here, the 42 will be deleted, so you will call a free of X, and you will add the right child of parent of X is equal to 41 now. Okay. Now the third B case, we want to delete a node that has one child, and that child is the right child. So for example, let's say 36. So now this is the 36th node, the node which the key value is 36. Now we want to delete this node X, so its parent will be this parent of X. So if you want to delete this node, then what about this node? This node 38. So 38 is the right child of X. We want to delete node X. So what we will do here? We will simply delete X by calling free of X function. And just see here, since X is the left child of its parent node, so its right child means 38. This will become the left child of its parent node. Just see here, we will call a free function for X, and the right child of X will become the left child of its X parent. X parent is what? This is 40. So this is how the third B case is completed. Now the last case is we want to delete a node that has two child nodes. Let's say for example 20. Just see in this diagram, this is binary search tree. We want to delete a node 20 over here. So let's name it, its name is X. So what we will do in this case, the rule is saying that since if we find out the in-order traversal of binary search tree, it always gives you the increasing order of key values of their elements. So what we will do in this case, in case of if we want to delete a node which has two child nodes, in that case we will replace that node with its immediate successor. So the immediate successor of binary search tree is what? Just see here, this is 20 and immediate successor is 21. Just see here how we can find out the immediate successor of any particular node in binary search tree. Just see, first you have to move right side. So you have to take one step, you have to move right side. Then reaching to that node, you have to start moving left side. So you will move left side here, you will move left side here. So you will continue this left move until you reach the leaf node. Just you have leaf node. So you just reach over here. So this is the leftmost node which is available at the bottom level. Now just see here, this is the immediate successor of X. So what we will do, we will replace this 20 by 21 because immediate successor is 21, and this node will be deleted. Just see what would happen if this node is also having some nodes, some child nodes. For example, it may not have left child because then we have to move that node also. So if it has right child node, that in that case what will happen about that node? So we will call again this delete function for that particular node, and that will be the case that there is a single node which does not have any child nodes, and the same method will be called case number second. So this is how you can perform the delete operation in binary search tree. So now we are going to discuss the coding part of it, which is very important. Just see here, first of all we will discuss the insertion, how we insert the node in binary search tree. Just see here, we are declaring a structure. The structure name is BST node, binary search tree node. So it will have three parts. Already we know that a binary tree, each node will have three parts. So first part will be the address of left child, the right part will be address of right child, and the middle part will contain the data. So the first part, the struct BST node left child address, second part the data, and the third part is the address of right child node. So this is how the struct variable will be declared in case of binary search tree over here. Now this is the main method, already no need to discuss about it. We are just asking the number of items to be inserted in the node, and for each node we are calling inside a loop. We are asking to enter the key value, and then we are calling a function that is insert function over here. Here we are passing a BT address of root node here. BT is what? We have declared here struct BST node pointer BT. So basically this will act as a root node of binary search tree. So we are passing the address of this root node, and we are also passing the key value which we want to insert in binary search tree here. Now here we are calling 2 times delete function by just passing the address of root node and the key value which you want to delete here. 10 and 15 has been called over here. Now so insertion deletion, this is done over. So now just see how we can write down the insert function for. We are passing 2 parameters. So first parameter is what? The address of root node. So struct BST node double pointer q and the key value which you want to insert. Initially we will check whether the binary search tree is empty or not. How can we check? By just writing down the condition pointer q double equal to null. It means root is null. It means binary search tree is empty. So in that case we will call a malloc function to allocate dynamic memory allocation pointer q, and since first time you are going to add a node, so its left child will be null, its right child will be null, and the pointer q data will be, and pointer one line is actually yes it is written over here, pointer q data is equal to number. So if the binary search tree is empty, so this is the first time you are going to insert a node, so this will be added. If it has more than one nodes in binary search tree, then the else part will run here. So how it will run? So it will, as already we have discussed in example, suppose we want to add 15 over here, so it will start checking with the root node. So if it is less than root node, then it will move left side. So this is how the code also run here. If the number is less than root node data, pointer q data is the key value of root node. If it is less than root key value node, then it will call the same function recursively by passing the left child parameter over here. Just see here, it is passing the address of left child because the number is less than root node the key value. So this is passing the address of what? Left child. This is pointer q left child, and we are writing down here %. So it is passing the address of left child node and also the data. This is a recursive call here. Again it will start from here and it will run the same. And otherwise, if it is not, number is not less than, for example, let's say 28. So 28 is not less than 25, so definitely it will move towards the right child subtree. So that is why in this code, else if number is not less than root node key value, so it will call the same function by passing just the address of right child. Means it will search out its appropriate position somewhere in right subtree of root node. That is why we are passing the address of this pointer q right child of address, and we are passing also that. So same functions will be called again until we get the final destination. Here, just see here, for 15 we will stop here on 17, and we will add 15 to the as a left child of 17. Similarly for 28 we will stop over on 27, and we will add it as a right child of 27, that is 28. So this is how insertion operation is done. And now the deletion operation, the code for deletion operation. Now here we have written the function delete. We are passing the root node, and we are passing the pointer of the root node and the number also. Here if the root is null, we will say okay, the binary search tree is empty. Otherwise we are taking three parameters over here. Struct binary search tree for the parent, because if you want to delete a node, so we need to track one more parameter, that is the parent parameter, that is required. Just see here, for any example, if you want to delete any node X, so we want to know the status of parent of X also. That is why we have taken a pointer variable for parent also over here. Pointer X is what we want to delete that particular node, and pointer X successor for what? For the last case, just we have discussed, we want to find out the immediate successor. That is why we have taken a variable X successor over here. Now we are calling a search function. Why we are calling a search function? This search function, basically we are passing root, number, which node we want to search out, so that we can delete it, and we are also passing the passing this parameter, parent parameter. Initially it will be empty. Once we start from the root node, so parent will be automatically updated once we during the movement of that pointer. And then we are also passing pointer X and pointer and address of found. So address of found tell you that if it is true, then this function is returning true. It means the item is found out. If it is returning false, then we can say that the item is not found out, which you want to delete over here. So now we are start from the case 2. Case first is say that okay, if the item is not found, then we'll say okay, data to be deleted is not found. So this is the case 1. Now case 2. Case 2 is what it says. So node to be deleted has no child nodes. For example, let's say here the 32. Now we want to delete node a 32 here. This is it does not have any child nodes. So it is very simple deletion. So we will just call a free function of X. Just see here, we have called a free function of X over here. But one thing, we have to check this node is a right child or left child of its parent. Why we want to check it? Because at that time we have also set that parameter. If it is the right child of its parent, this is X, so this is your parent of X. So since X is a right child of parent of X, we want to delete this. So definitely the right child of parent of X should be set as a null over here. That is why we want to check it. So here just see, if X left child is equal to null and X right child is equal to null. This is the second case. If both left child and right child are null, it means the node does not have any child nodes. So this is the case second. Then if parent of right child is equal to X, if X is the node which we want to delete, is the right child of its parent, so definitely what will happen? We have to set null for that case also. So parent of right child will be null over here. Otherwise, if it is not right child, so definitely it will be left child. So in that case, we will set null value to its parent left child over here. Then we will call a free function to free the memory, and we will call it return over here. So this is the case second, code for case second. Now the code for case third. So case third has two parts, third A and third B. Third A says that the node has a single child and that child is a left child. So how can you check that the node has a single child and that child is left child? So just see here, X is left child is not equal to null. It means X is the node which you want to delete, has a left child. It is existing left child, and X right child is double equal to null. Its right child does not exist. So it has a single node which is a left child. So this is the case third A. So what we will do here, just see in this case 36. 42. Just see here, 42 this is node X. So you want to delete X. It has a left child over here. So if you want to delete this one, so since X is the right child of its parent, so this remaining node, you want to delete this one. So this remaining node will become the right child of what? X's parent, means parent of X right child will become this node. So this is how we have written over here. If the parent of left child is equal to X, X is the left child of its parent, then X left child of X's parent will be what? Will be X left child. Otherwise, if it is a right child, then its parent's right child will be its X's left child over here. Then we have call a free function and then return over here. Similarly, the third case B, the node has a single child and that child is right child over here. Just see. So how can you write down the condition for it? X left child is equal to null, means X, you want to delete a node that has only right child. So left child is null, okay, and X right child should not be equal to null. Just see here, not is equal to null. It means the node has a right child. So what you will do here, the same here, the example third B, we want to delete a node 36. So 36X, so it has only single child, that is the right child, 38 over here. So what you will do, you will simply delete X. Since X is what? Since X is the left child of parent of X, so the remaining child of the right child of X will become what? The right child of X will become the left child of its parent. So parent of X, right child will be is equal to 38. So this is what we have written in this code. If X left child is equal to null, left child is null and right child null is not null. So we will check whether X is the left child of its parent or not. If X is the left child of its parent, then its parent left child will be what? Will be X right child. Otherwise, if it is not left child, so definitely it will be right child of its parent. So then the right child of its parent will become what? The X of right child. And then we will call a free function over here. So this is how this case would be handled. Now the last case, very important case, when we want to delete a node, if the node to be deleted has two child nodes, so this condition will be checked like if X left child is not equal to null and X right child is not equal to null, both are not null, so then this will be case 4. So in that case, what we will do, we will find out the immediate successor. So how we will find out? Just we have already we have discussed it. So if you want to delete node X 20 here, so you want to find out the immediate successor. So you will first move right side, then from that node you have to move left side until we reach at that bottom level. So how we can write down the code for it? So let parent is, we will take a variable parent is equal to X, then X will move. So X, how we will move? X successor is equal to X right child. So if we will move from here to here, X right child we move to this node 24 node. Then we will run a while loop. This while loop will run until we get such a node which does not have its left child. So how can we write this code here? While X successor left child is not equal to null. So we have to move from here left side until we get such a node which does not have its left child. Just see here, for 21 it does not have any further left child node. So this will be written like this: while X successor left child is not equal to null, then parent will become X successor and X successor will become X left child. So what will happen? Initially X is here and say parent of X will become this one, then X successor will become this. Now again this parent will become this node, then X successor will become this, then parent will become 22, then X successor will become this. So until we reach up to this node over here. Then what will we do? We will replace X data by X successor data. So X successor data is what? 21. This 20 will be replaced by this 20. 20 will be replaced by this 21. What we have written here? X data will be replaced by X successor data, and X will become X successor. Now this 21 is X successor. So now this X successor will become X. Suppose this node has, may be possible that it may have some right child over here. In that case, it is required that again you have, this will be a case that you want to delete a node here which has a single child node over here. So that is why we have again called this delete function, recursive call of delete function of here. We are passing the root and we are passing this x pointer, because now x is changed. Now x is what? X becomes the x successor. Now this is the case which is being actually that can be handled by this code over here. Now the searching method very easy. We are start from the root. We are start from the root, and then we run a loop while and we check whether the number is equal to queue of data or not. If it is found out, then we are setting a value found is equal to true, and similarly this loop runs until we got queue is not is equal to null over here. And finally, if it is not true, if it is not matched over here, then the value of found will not become true here, so it will be remain as a false. Then this function will return a false statement over here. So here this is the moment already we know that if the queue data is greater than number, then we have to move towards left side, otherwise we have to move towards right side until we found out that element in binary search tree. So this is what the deletion operation of binary search tree is done over here. The coding part is done over here, and we will discuss the complexity of binary search tree. We know that in binary search tree, if we want to search out something, then we have to traverse at least the longest path from the root node to the leaf node. So basically that longest path from the root node to the leaf node, that is called the height of the tree or the depth of the tree. It means the searching complexity in binary search tree will be equivalent to the height or depth of the binary search tree. Since we know that the height of the depth of the binary tree, if there are n number of elements, then height of the binary tree will be log of n base 2. Hence the complexity of binary search tree, searching complexity of binary search tree will be f of n is equal to big O of lgn, or this is also can be written as log of n base 2. Now thank you very much.